right, I gotta start out by thanking Sawyer for subscribing for 2 months now. That's awesome. Thank you. My first Prime subscriber and my first recurring subscriber. So super appreciate that. That's really awesome. Very encouraging to keep investing in the stream in the FTL community. But yeah, so welcome to the stream. I'm Neozar. I know I've got some new followers, whether they're going to be here on YouTube now, from Reddit. I know I got some new people recently. So welcome everyone. And we're going to get started in just a moment here with a Crystal B run. So we're up to 109 wins, which is going through all the ships almost 4 times now. We were missing 3 ships from doing that the 4th time. And so we have the Crystal B this time, and then we've got the Fed A and the Fed B left after this. And so this is definitely, of the 3 left, this is by far the easiest one, best ship. It's depending how you're talking about it, in some ways it can be argued as the best ship for sure. In terms of win rate, like optimally, I don't think it's there, although it's very high. In terms of going for golf score and stuff and needing the least, just being a powerful ship, it's got a lot of really strong arguments for being number 1. Because the only weakness really is that it doesn't have weapons starting out, which sounds like a big one, but it's got amazing borders, 4-man teleporter, cloaking, shields, scrap. So it's got, it's not missing systems in weird ways, it's got doors and sensors and everything. So overall, it's a pretty reliable ship in those ways. I forgot to think about this again. I've done the gems for this one so many times, between having a jewelry shop and it being such an obvious one. I'm just don't want to do it again. So here, I'll do a different one that I've done a million times, but not for the ship at least. The aviary. And let's see who's gonna come today. Let's have a toucan. Which, if you haven't seen how toucans sleep, it's pretty adorable. Because they're so lopsided, they have to tuck their bill backwards a lot. It's pretty cute. And then they put their tail up and they tuck into this little package. It's pretty cute. I definitely recommend it. Let's see who wants to come next. How about a crane? And really give a range on the birds here. Toucan, crane, and penguin. Probably some toucan crane overlap. Possibly, I mean, some penguins go to South America too, so we might get a party in South America with these 3 kinds of birds at some point, but I'm not sure I'd bet on it. Anyway, hard, enabled, the aviary, toucan, crane, penguin. I think we are set to go here. Just check something. Yep. All right. Start it up. So we're gonna start out. It's also, we have extra power even, so we don't really, we don't need all that. Exits a little early, but not terrible. It looks decently connected at least. I mean, it's not a crazy ship to dive on either, considering you have both shields and cloaking. We do want to get a store, but we don't need to super rush to it to sell the Vengeance, Ideally, it's you make a little bit of scrap and then you can go to a store's Vengeance and decide if you want to buy a weapon or just go for your second shield bubble or something, because this is a ship that can get away with delaying it a little bit, if you got a good reason. Wouldn't by default delay it though. Yeah, and so this is the setup. You want someone in sensors generally, because it lets you know if you want to board with all 3, if you want to board with 2. Ideally you run this guy back as you jump also, but that's not always something I bother with, is having the pilot run mid-jump. We're gonna go this way. Probably skip this because it's more likely to have auto ships, which are, we're not gonna kill an auto ship. I want to vent out here. Oh yeah, and then that's the other thing. I wanted to something ever since I switched to playing on PC that I've been messing up a little bit because it doesn't show you in the room. So I'm pretty sure it's just they have to be past the midpoint on the tile. And it's like, if they're still in the room, I think it counts. Like this is probably about on the late side of it, if it works. Yeah, so that still works. But if they're like, pretend this is just like a good demonstration and not me like not being positive on how it works and making sure. Yes, yeah, it's too late because he wasn't past the midpoint of the tile. So that's the trick for like timing it if you want to have them like lock down a room but not be in it, because that's a very strong strat, especially for boarding when they have enough crew that their weapons are manned. You can like pull the guy out of weapons and then run into weapons and lock it behind you and often trap them, so you don't have to fight him before breaking their system and making the fight safe, making the safe fight. You just vent this stuff out. I should keep that one for now. Alright, so that gets us to 63, so that's pretty good. We can just like vent it if we need to mess with targeting. Because it's like, you know, you are still vulnerable a little bit early game if you run into some bad drones, some Zoltan shields. My slowest Crystal B, I only got my 50 scrap for the first shield bubble, including from like selling the Vengeance. I believe it was like the jump before the exit. And then it's like, it was just like a bad sector too also, but then it's like, the ship just starts so far ahead, it really wasn't that big a deal in the end. So here, it's like mildly tempting to make the greedy play and hope, because this, I think it's 50-50 that you get the map for free and don't get the fight. But it's just dumb, especially with a drone and missile. It's like, there's a good chance we're just going to be running from this fight then and get nothing from it. So I might as well take the 7 scrap. Honestly, I think either way is kind of a fine play there. First jump, it's like maybe it would have been better to try to go for the map. But apparently I'm playing like cautious. I didn't like that out of drone control, because that's like something that cloaking doesn't deal with as well. If they like manage to get a double shot or something, hit our shields, suddenly it's like, oh, that goes bad. So this is great. The rebel ship that's refitted for transport has better than normal rewards for getting crew kill. And obviously that's what we're doing here, is getting crew kill. 3 crew with a missile. So I think the plan here is just I'm trying to decide if I'd rather have the less that. I think I can do it. I'll just do it with the 2 at first to break the weapons. I think either way kind of works here. I guess the advantage of 3 is it makes sure that they're not running at all. So we're gonna get hit by like 1 missile, probably. I mean, like 60% chance before we can break everything if we do that. So this is why I should have had him running back if I wanna board with him. Yeah, I'll just do that to speed it up and stuff. So I'm gonna board into shields. And then run into weapons. Now, I'm trying to think, this doesn't buy me enough time to break these. Does it? Because it might be worth pre-cloaking, actually. It's like 12.5 seconds for one guy to break a system. I think how many seconds it's been already. This is getting close to firing. I don't think it's enough. Oh yeah, and we're gonna get to this one guy in here still, because I didn't micro this well enough. So, yeah, we'll just cloak the one. Ah, yeah, definitely with the 2. Alright, I messed this up. That's what I get for not playing for a week. I didn't see that. Oh, it's because I think that's a bug having to do with me cloaking with no one on the ship because I don't have the room vision. I didn't get the miss for some reason, unless I just didn't completely missed it. Because we dodged that missile, obviously. Oh, that's why. I'm being a real dummy. I locked it down there, but it's like the guy was coming from the top, so of course it was fine because this room wasn't locked down. We're just gonna get these like mistakes out of the way first jump, and then we'll be fine. Also, it's like this ship. It's so easy to like be so complacent on it because it's just such a stupidly good ship. So it's like we're almost certainly gonna take missile damage here because we got 2 crew in here. I'm not really sure how we couldn't, but we'll just like wait on killing the other crew. So that's kind of fine just because this should be the only shot they get. And that doesn't matter. Yeah, right. But yeah, you can see how like if I mess this up in a worse way, how bad it could be all of a sudden if you're doing something dumb. Or yeah, how much more like careful you have to be when there's drones and stuff. Alright. So we got free drone schematic, so that's some scrap. You know, system repair is not a ton, but it's something. AWQZ. Yeah, no, it would have been better if I just jumped into weapons and locked it down. Like, there's so many ways I could have done that better. Or left one guy behind and ran him around, or... But it's Crystal B, so we're okay. 2 damage. I think we'll survive so far. Although that's when, you know, that 2 damage, both of those spawn a crystal shard, and they both hit my crystals in the room, and I died because of it. Alright. So we're gonna go to that store after like another 2 jumps probably. We'll just float the scrap and then we'll decide what we want to do with it at that point. Alright, 2 crew. Oh, it's the engine sack event, fun. So is it? Here's my pilot. All right. So sometimes if the crew is in the tile next to it, even if you hit it the like frame they appear, it doesn't work out, like timing wise. But most of the time it does. And it's like that only doesn't work out sometimes when they're right next to you. It doesn't really matter, it's just the mini beam at this point. And then we just fight them. So you can come over too if you want. Realize I'd rather have them have the training anyways. Shard, I think a shard does 15 damage to like crew damage because I think it does 1 hull damage, and that's like a pretty standard thing for the most part. I missed anything juicy? No, you only missed me like playing the first fight poorly, so I took 2 damage for no reason, but it didn't really matter. And then this was just an easy fight. Yeah, no, in that case, I mean, I don't think any of them were low enough that 30 damage would have gotten them, but it's getting close, because 2 of them were like around half or something. And it can happen that, you know, if you're fighting Mantis, like your health can get low enough. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, Crow has a clip of him losing a crystal because of a crystal vengeance. It was from quite a while ago, but it's pretty painful. So obviously rejecting their offer. Drone control says, what do you got? Defense drone, not a big deal. Protect my guys from my own crystal vengeance, right? It's like I'm gonna do that thing again, mess it up, where I'm trying to get it so I can break their weapons quicker. But whatever, it's good practice. Alright, I did it right that time. So they're gonna run around and just like not take too much damage while they break the weapons. And I think about the timing again. I think this is weapon slot 1 on these ships. I can't ever remember which weapon slot is which. It's one of those things that's like helpful to know, and I'll just never remember. I think this is 1 and this is 2 though, so they take this one off first. Uncloaked. I'm gonna pre-cloak it. Let's see what happens. Alright. Took the missile offline. I think maybe when it's not the pirate layout, it's like reversed or something. I know there's something with these ships that's weird with a weapon slot and how they depower them. I didn't need to do that second lockdown, obviously. Whatever, you can just fight the NGs and the Zoltan. Yeah, I mean, I find I almost don't notice Crystal Vengeance. Also, I mean, I ditch it really fast anyways. I guess technically what the ideal plan here is to get a little training in and try to get a surrender offer. Oh, it's going to be too slow. Alright. Wait, go defend shields. Come on. What are you doing? Yeah, he's too low. Layout's too annoying. Because the smart thing is to like milk every surrender offer possible and always break them down to 1 hull until you get a surrender. In case you get a free item from it or something. But obviously, optimal is not the level of micro I'm looking for tonight. Would I buy a clone bay at the next shop if there's no weapons? Probably not this early. But possibly. Hey, look, a store. Let me measure this sector out real quick, figure out what's going on. Get 6 jumps before the exit. Can actually do that. So that's definitely a dive. So I might go here first, actually. Because I can take 3 jumps before this other store if I want. And then still make the exit in time. Without any dives. Or like the option of diving if I want to. And gotta go to a store now, because otherwise I'm going to spend scrap on shields. Ooh, let's buy a reloader. Not with no weapon. So we sell the repair bot, we sell the vengeance, gives us 112. I mean, hacking is great, but I don't think I'm going to buy hacking this early. I only have 1 drone part. It's not like a desperate need. It doesn't help us against the only things that bother us right now. I delay shields like more, but I'll definitely buy the scanners because that just has like so much value. Alright, so we get 2 jumps and then the store. And it's got me going like, well, do we delay shields again? Maybe I gotta buy at least a buffer. So it's like, I mean, it depends how much scrap I make those 2 fights, you know, because it could be minimal and it's like I don't make 50 and I'll have a burst laser 1. Or it could be like 20 plus scrap at each or something, or an item or whatever. In case, you know, they have something really good. I think I'll buy a buffer before the first one and then I'll decide after if I want to buy something for the next one. Yeah, I'm not buying drone control. I'm not buying a battery quite yet without like even have my shields up. Like this is probably suboptimal too. It's probably a little more risky than is necessary. Like we could train against this ship if I'd bought the shields. But we're gonna fight them. Ooh, a rock and a mantis, that's fun. But that's fine. Yeah, the rock got through. But that's fine either way, because it's like, you know, I'll cloak the first volley or whatever. And it's unlikely that it's going to really do anything that important. With the buffer, if they still hit through cloaking and hit our shields. And then this makes it also so, like, having to deal with a mantis and a rock, like, isn't a problem at all for the crystal. Since they just do them one at a time instead of having to fight them both. And then I think they get a damage in on the weapon still, which makes it safe. Yeah. You just practice your dodging, maybe. Mind control, yeah, I haven't gone it, but I think mind control is like always fun. All right, 6 fuel, 21 scrap. That's pretty good. That's nice too, because I was thinking about how we might have to buy fuel at the next store. We're at 13 already, which is like starting to be where I want to buy fuel even this early. But 18 solid for sure. Alright. I guess I'm doing the greedy play. I can't help it. Just like, it's so hard to imagine situations where we like really run into trouble with this ship. This is too bad I'm gonna miss this one because it's a guaranteed double rewards. But yeah, that's what it is. Can't do anything about it. Although we can make it safer because it's not the safest fight. That's such a pain. Because it's like I don't actually really want to delay them boarding very much at all because of that. So crystals take reduced suffocation damage, so you can board with them more easily. I guess I should flash this like immediately. It's gonna get 2 damage in within 1 cloak. They already started hitting. Probably. No, they're not gonna do it in time. Well, thank goodness for that. That could have been bad. Just because of the timing. I don't know if they'd be able to, like, they'll last long enough at this point still for this guy to run back there and repair. But I don't know how the timing with this would work. Like, they'd have to break that, too. Obviously. But it doesn't matter. Because he dodged it and it went to piloting anyways. That's why I usually hate, like, I'll take damage and, like, just leave their weapons up sometimes in these fights. Because even though they're, like, kind of safe, it just feels so risky. So at this point, we just come back because we're just trying to run anyways. Good evening, Loyal Raven. Welcome to the stream. Alright, about ready to get out of here. Hacking, door control, or door control, drone control, mind control. Huh. I guess we buy the ion bomb probably. It's not my favorite thing to have to buy. But like if we have a forced Sultan sector or something, like that makes it so suddenly we can deal with them. Oh man, is it really worth it to buy it that early though? Am I that concerned about that happening? I'm not buying hacking yet. Like the alternative is I just buy shields and keep going. Oh, you just finished watching, yeah, that was a very smooth and easy run. I forget actually now. I think that was this, like, A was the second one, because I know I did C and A, like, consecutively. Oh yeah, I could just avoid that conflict WQQs. Man, I am playing, like, trash tonight. I just, like, took that fight for no reason. That's pretty dumb. Alright. So I really got to think about this. Because it's like... I don't love buying this for sure. It's just like an easy thing to get up, and then it's just for dealing with Zolan shields pretty much. Because it doesn't, you know, against auto ships, it can help us like make it safer, I guess. But like it's not killing auto ships either. And it's like it could put us off buying something else at the beginning of next sector. Yeah, only 2 ammo. Like I feel like it's such a like covering the worst case scenario kind of play. To the point that it's like actually like causing more scenarios that are kind of a pain. So I think I just buy shields. That's fine. Yeah, I don't need crew. I'm not buying crew. It's like I could buy the heavy ion. Doesn't use ammo, but it's such a bad weapon. I need to buy 40 weapon power to get a bad weapon online. Like we're not at that point yet. So I think we just take our 2 jumps and then continue on. Yeah, to give us fuel. It's like that's actually not a great quest often. Can be okay. Can also have an ASB, which is like not fun running into early game. Explode an asteroid field, find nothing. That's fine. Decline. Alright, continue on. Next sector. Ah, those both suck. So they both have 2 stores guaranteed. They both pose problems where it's like both... I mean, you can technically, I think, board and kill Lania ships with a crew teleporter upgrade. But it requires like really tight micro and stuff and can have a lot of things go wrong. It's not ideal. Versus, you know, we can't do anything against Zoltan shields until we get a weapon. And both these sectors have fights that aren't those things also. I'm not sure which has more. I've had a Zoltan controlled sector with plenty of fights and 0 Zoltan shields before. But that's not the norm at all. You'd upgrade TP and go abandon. Yeah, I'm finding myself like kind of tempted by the Zoltan control. But I do like having another green option here for hope of like a civilian or something. Like that's Uncharted, which sucks. but these might be slug, which are like, you know, sector 4 slug is good. Either way, it's a lot of red and purple. Yeah, it's could get Lanius's board. Yeah, I know. You've been trying to get me to go Lanius boarding forever. It's true. I mean, you know, it's a possibility, I guess. Really, the difference I'm kind of feeling on one is, well, it's the difference between like there's a chance at killing Lanius ships versus there's no chance at killing a Zoltan shield ship unless we're like in an asteroid field. And then like, but you know, if we get a weapon, it's actually kind of easier to deal with Zoltan ships. So sector decision making, like what sectors to go to, I think is like something that's like super crazy important and really hard to know what's best. But something I get stuck at a lot, trying to feel out and thinking about all the different problems I can have. Luckily, like this ship, it's not a huge deal, even though it's like it just can't deal with some ships. Where we could like start in sector 3 and still win the game. So it's like it's not a huge deal, but definitely, you know, it can change the difficulty of the run. Yeah. Abandoned sectors, especially sector 2, are often like have really good scrap rewards in general. That's fun. Either go to Pulsar, Dead End. Man, look at this sector layout. Nasty. What is this? And then this doesn't connect at all either? Man. So it's like a lot of these jumps we're not going to be getting to. Hopefully stores. I mean, we could probably get, I guess it's just this one. We can get to this one probably. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we should be able to get that one if that's a store if we need to. Kind of early exit too. Well, we'll see. Luckily that quest isn't a big deal. I didn't really care about that, so that's fine. Yeah, alright. So, empty jump possibly. Yeah, do we just do the teleporter upgrade now? It's like, or there might be a store like the next jump. I don't know. Without a ship detected, I'm tempted to just take it. Inquire about the process. Yeah, no, we're not. I mean, give them 50 scrap to craft a weapon is kind of interesting here. I mean, the weapon pool is garbage. They're going to get a Vulcan or something probably. And you can sell it. That's the only one that like sells okay then. So you can get like Ion Stunner, Flak 1. It's all the like. I'm actually gonna look at, because this is something I basically never take this event, but like this ship could kind of use it. We're kind of ahead in scrap. Yeah, a lot of the abandoned sector events are like very advanced edition contact heavy, because they only came with advanced edition. So it's like all of these options here are just from the pools from advanced edition things, which is very different than like a lot of the other ones where it's like a weapon. Let's see. So for weapons, you get Swarm Missiles, Chain Laser, Vulcan, Laser Charger 1 or 2, Ion Stunner, Ion Charger, Chain Ion, Repair Burst, Stun Bomb, Flak 1, Flak 2. So it's like, you know, Flak 1 is good. I mean, the Ion Charge weapons are fine. I mean, it's hard because it's like we only have 1 weapon power too, so it's like any of the 3 or 4 weapon power things, it's just like not worth it. And none of them are profitable, you know. It's like even if you get the best one, even if you get Vulcan, it's still a loss if you sell it. Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like I don't really, I've never taken it, and like sometimes there's those ones where 1 in 100 runs, it's like actually worth taking some weird option. And then sometimes it's like, no, there's a reason you never take those. And unless you're just like swimming in scrap and desperate for anything, it's just not worth it. Yeah, there's a blue option, right? So I guess I take this. I don't love this. I haven't done it before, so I'm like nervous about trying to Borderlandia ship with no clone bay. But we'll see. I think it's like almost 40 seconds for a Crystal crew member to suffocate. Alright, great. This is not an abandoned ship, so that's easy. 3 crew, they have drone control though. Where's the drone? Should have moved you already. Is it boarding drone? Yeah. Oh, and just a heavy laser. Do we kill the boarding drone a bunch of times and then train against you? Is that what we have to do? Is that what we're reduced to doing right here? I think we are. It's kind of a pain, right? Trying to think if there's a way around that. Alright. I mean, I think they have like 6 drone parts, 4 drone parts. And then once we do that, then we can enable the speed hack and just zip through it. Four. That's good. I know it's variable between some ships, but I can never keep track of it. And it like doesn't count their starting drone parts, at least sometimes. I think you get like 1 for each ship drone they have or something. Otherwise, like ships with like 3 drones would like not be able to replace them more than once at all. Well, it's like the missile count is weird too. There's some ships that like, because some ships have more missiles than others, and some of them it makes sense. You know, like elite fighters and stuff have more. But I feel like there's like 1 or 2 random ones that are like kind of small and have like extra missiles and stuff. Like one of the little Zoltan ships, I think. There's some weird numbers for resources. Same for starting resources on ships. If you start looking at it, they're like all over the place. What ships like start with resources they don't use at all. And like a bunch of them are just like one of them. So this is the 4th one, I think, right? So I don't think there's either none more or 1 more after this. Alright, so I think that's done for. I'm just going to make sure for a moment here it's not gray just because it's rebuilding. But usually it grays out because they're out of drone parts. Right. So, here we'll train. Get everyone in position. And here we use something called the speed hack. Cheat engine, whatever. It's a terrible name. Makes it sound so sketchy. I mean, I guess like it is in that way. But really just speeds up the frame rate of the game. And allows you to do stuff like train and not just leave the game running forever. Which just like sucks for streaming if you don't. That's how you want to play it. Because it's something I did when I didn't stream. I didn't have speed hack, so I just like let the game run and did these things, which just takes forever. But definitely makes it way more convenient. So honestly, one of the bigger things here, even besides the dodge, which is nice, is like the FTL run speed. If we need to like run from an auto ship or something, engines training affects it. Not pilot training at all, but engines training actually affects how quickly you run. How is your shield? Might as well finish that. So he's turn evasion off, do shield's training. Alright. And now we just go board with everyone. Trying to think about how I want to do this. Just only preserve life a little bit more, break it up a little bit, because I might try and get a surrender offer out of him too, or at least get training from breaking systems. So this is the same kind of thing, like where sometimes you can actually, this is probably too late, but you can actually split their crew sometimes right there. Yeah. So I messed that up because now I'm just going to kill them both probably. I don't feel like running them in and out. But I think it's probably, I think it's easier with rocks, but if you time it right, it's the same as kind of like unlocking the doors with hacking, where even if there's two crew trying to bust through, you can just get one through sometimes. It's hard to do it without being able to see the animation, so. And then I think if they're like synced up too much, it's impossible. That's a store, but we do want more scrap before that store if we can, because we can't really buy anything right now. Sucks being like, I'm a little scared of a fight though, because if it's a Lania ship, it might not be one I can deal with well. Also, I have to figure out like when I need to get, I guess I can take 2 jumps after this one before the exit. So I have a little bit of flexibility there. I get 8 jumps in before the exit, it looks like. No clone bay. Weapons can't hurt me. No med bay, whatever. I don't think they have med bays ever. So I think it's a scandal ship for life forms is actually the quickest way to a fight. Gotta double check the abandoned ones I forget sometimes. I think if you do power weapons, you can also get another option to force it, but it's not guaranteed force it from like the first option. Yeah, scan is fight, power is fight, or investigate. And when you investigate, I mean, I guess if you do that, there's a chance of avoiding a fight and getting low scrap. But if we kill them, you know, we get better rewards. Although we can't get a weapon from this one, actually. It's interesting. You can get a drone, you can get a crew member, high fuel, high scrap resources, medium scrap resources. But it's like sometimes, actually, it's like not always better than the default. So yeah, I think I can fight this ship, because yeah, it's just 2 crew. A big part is that the weapons are completely safe, so I don't need to worry about their weapons at all. So I think what I do here, my play is going to be, I'm going to board with 3 into a 4-tile room and just fight one of them and kill them, and then like come back and reset, just like do it extra safe. Like I might be able to kill both of them in time, not positive, I might not. so I think this is the safest way to do this. So we're gonna go here because the one guy is all the way over here and the other one's right in piloting, so he'll come real quick. So this should like not even be all that close. Yeah. So he took like 30 damage from the Lanius, not even 25. So he has plenty of life to spare in time for this. Like, I guess I might actually just try to kill him in time because I totally can. All right, that worked out fine. Completely safe to board with 2 and fight 1. Yeah, I thought so. But I figured I might as well board with 3 because I didn't need anyone on the ship since it was a completely safe fight. Definitely made the decision making like way simpler, being like, well, if I keep my shields up, I don't take damage. So, all right. So do I take this store then? Can I get both at that point? Yes, I can. So I think that answers that question. Because it's like there's a burst laser one or something, heavy one even. Right, because I do 5, 6. Two, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exit. Yeah. So I think we buy the clone bay here, right? Is that what we do? I really don't want to buy the clone bay this early. I'd really just rather get a weapon. Which it's like, well, duh, but can't guarantee it. It's hard also being like, if I buy the clone bay and then there is a weapon there, I probably can't buy it. It's mostly for auto ship still. Like, it makes dealing with the Lanius easier. I've never bought a clone bay in Crystal Bead before. But that might be the play here. Yeah, no, I know you don't really need weapons on the ship. I mean, you need a bypass then, but like, you don't need like anything on the ship, honestly. That's the trick about it. Yeah, I mean, it makes dealing with boarding the Lanius ships and stuff way easier. Cool. That's something. So yeah, that gives us, ability to deal with auto ships now, which is huge. Also gives a way to deal with the Lanius ships a lot easier. The only thing we're still lacking really is the way to deal with Zoltan shields. Another one where it's completely safe, so this one's just easy either way. Although I'm going to have to get like speed hack running to do all this cloning with a level 1 clone bay and suffocating crystals. It's just like a tedious process. So I'm going to just do it the same way because that just worked easy. I can make sure like no one person gets punched by the Lanius too much. Alright, 4 and 21. So yeah, let me just keep that running in the background, I guess. Alright, there we go. Really send one over multiple times to keep the training. Yeah, that's probably more optimal. But that's like getting too fussy for me at this point. At least like I hope I don't have to get that fussy on Crystal B. It's a bad Crystal B run if you do. Well, so that's this one's forced asteroid field no matter what route you take, obviously. It's the only way to get over here. So we go 1, 2, 3. Assuming I've measured this all out correctly. Yeah, 1 before the store, yeah, 2 before the asteroid field. And then we get 1 more jump here and then go to the exit. I guess there's a chance we don't go to that store depending how much scrap we get from this, because it's like, oops, we got like 24 scrap. There's not much we can buy. I mean, possibly sell the scanners if it buy us a good weapon. Med Bay, Double Mantis, threatening weapons. We just board into your weapons and break them first and then deal with the Mantis. Burst laser offline cheese. Alright, so we'll cloak that. I don't know our weapons. Alright, so that's that. Just kill him. Yeah, see, there's slight risk there if he just because I can't get in the same square as him. There we go. There's a weapon. That's definitely a weapon. Not the most ideal weapon to find first. Just because it costs 3 power. But it's a good weapon. See, I think it only costs 65 scrap, which is kind of ridiculous. So you get 32 for selling it, which puts us at 64, which isn't like a great number either. Huh. I'm trying to think of like, you know, would I sell it for a burst laser too, just because it's you know, it's the same shot, but like one less weapon power. But like the third bar of weapon power is not a huge deal. Like I'd rather be able to just make this work. This isn't so bad at taking down Zolan shields. It's not, you know, great at it, but this is like totally solid weapon that we could build into for the rest of the run. Alright, well, let me start venting everyone. Figure that out. You're fine. Yeah, it's like I kind of want to just save that and build into it if I can. And I can take both of these jumps then. I feel like there's just like really not much that like feels like a great deal that I could, you know, like, oh, I'll sell this and buy like a small bomb or something, but then I'll have hull damage again. So I think I'm actually gonna skip a store for once. Feels like alright. Clone Bay is kind of annoying, but not that big a deal. Huh. I don't want to board with all, like I'm tempted to board with all three actually, but it's a bad idea with asteroids, especially with like heavy ions, a pain with that. I'm trying to decide if I'd rather break their weapons some first actually, or just like go right into the clone bay, try and break that. So I'm starting to wish I really had like another crew, but all I've been finding is like scrap and fuel. Gino isn't terrible, but I wouldn't mind some like free stuff that's useful. Well, I guess I shouldn't be complaining. I just found a free heavy laser too. Alright, so he still got through. That's that thing where it's like when they're on that tile right next to it, you can't always stop them from getting through. Really worried we don't want this to hit us if we can avoid it. I'm trying to think if I care more about, like I might try and run through and then break their clone bay now before he clones and lock down the other lane he's out from it. I should have swapped their positions around so I didn't have to teleport him out quite so soon. Oh geez, did I do this too late? No, it's good. Trying to think about how I want to do this. If I want to clone him mid-fight, which like isn't great. So that's broken. Because like if I teleport them back, By the time this is up again, will Atlantis have this repaired? I mean, this is pretty fresh lockdown. Might not. So, I think that's the play that I'm going to do. It doesn't have the train, but it's not that big a deal. But so the idea is we'll just go right into the clone bay before he fixes it and just kill him quick. Yeah, that's gonna hit us. Not much you can do about that one. There's definitely some risk here, but I can't delay it a whole lot because he's going to fix that really soon. I feel like, okay, because cloaking is about to come up. That could have hit their weapons, would have been nice. The other thing, it's like he could get one shot by anything at this point. Alright, there's a shield bubble. Great, dodged it. Okay. 13 scrap, missile, drone part. It's not bad. Alright. It's like I'm gonna clone them one by one in this asteroid field, but I need my power back first. So whatever, you're my pilot. You'll be first up once I get power. This is one of those things that's just like, this is a pain. Like, I'm definitely not going to use speed hack in an asteroid field here, like cloning crew. So we're just going to have to wait a little bit to get through this. I'm not actually positive on the chance or if it's even totally possible. Like, I'm pretty sure it's possible that they get through 2 shields, but someone's actually asking about that in the Discord. And I don't know for real, like, exactly how asteroids can go, but you never want to like bet on those things unless you're 100% sure that's the mechanic and it can't like go any other way. But I'll bet on the odds being really, really low, and the fact that I can cloak if it starts getting through shields is enough for me. Right, just one more. It's been a slow start to the Crystal Bee run, but I feel like that happens sometimes. You can get the wrong kind of enemies to deal with. Like with all the boarding ships, if they don't have a good way to deal with like auto ships or Zoltan shields or whatever it is, if you just like run into a lot of them, it's a bit slow going. So far this has been working out pretty good for us though. It's like a little scary feeling not having like extra crew boarding abandoned ships, but it's working out. Yeah, no, it's like totally a decent start. I feel like mostly I'm thrown off just because I've never done this strategy before. Because despite my win streak, it's not like I have a huge amount of games in FTL, honestly, especially at a high level. It's just what's in my stats for that part, and it's like the first half of those games were nearly as good as I am like now at all. So it's like there's a lot of things I just haven't done because I just don't have that big a volume of games. So we get one more jump, and we just keep floating scrap at this point. I mean, I could do that, but I think I wait until I see what Sector 3 looks like, see what the map is, if there's a store first jump or something. I think we just attack the vessel here. I think attempt to harvest is just a fight anyways, but yeah, attempt to harvest, attack, or both fight. Ignore, you can get the piloting blue option if you have it. And then, yeah, depending, you can get low, medium, or high for the double rewards for killing them, so this is good. So, attack. Flak. Flak is gross. But just two lanes, so that's good. So I'm going to vent out, make more likely oxygen gets hit. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I might not be timing that frame perfect, but so far they've gotten through each time when they're next to it. But whatever, that's alright. Up yet anyway, so there we go. Alright, getting some training in, nice. You're already fight trained. This is where it's like I'd rather have a med bay in some ways, because it's like I could just like lock down and break their weapons more, and then go back and heal, and then come back and fight them again. But without the med bay, it's kind of a pain. A little extra damage, I guess. This is kind of dumb, maybe. I say as I keep doing it. You beat it? Yes. Phew. Investigate the debris, and they're gone. I mean, it's like that resets the cooldown, so it's like even if they fired just as, you know, they died or something, I could still teleport back and cloak and whatever, but, you know, tight timings. Okay. Like whatever, every point of life is so important right now. Yeah, no Lanius crew, right? I know, you're talking about that. I haven't had a chance at it, like, at all. I mean, you got the exit beacon still. And there's also, like, 4 forced red sectors at the end of this run. 14 fuel. I kind of tempted to buy 3. By the time I get a jump where I could get anything, I'll be down to 12, because it's 13 to the next sector and then 12 to the next jump. I'll buy 3. Makes it so I can also like trade it away at the beginning of next sector if I have to. Uncharted or civilian, that's like the easiest choice in the world. Alright. So I'm going to take a break for a minute, but after that break, I'm almost certainly just going to buy weapons upgrades and probably power, I guess. We'll see. Probably need to buy at least some power at this point. But that'll make it so it's like I can get through Zoltan shields and I can kill an auto ship. Even if it has 2 shields, I can board it and break their shields and come back and then shoot them or something. Figure it out. But I gotta take a break for just a minute, get a drink and all that, so get you back in about 2 minutes here. Let me just put my thing up. Alright. All right. Yep. Thank you for the hydrate redemption. All right. So we know we got 2 to 3 stores, but we have no idea where they are. It's like they could be at the end of the sector. One could be there. Or it could be like the next jump's forest. But we don't know. And so I think it's worth doing this. It's like a lot of scrap, which kind of sucks. But, you know, we're going to use the weapon power. Actually don't have enough to buy a power bar then. I mean, it's like I still have one power bar then to work with besides shields for like cloak, I guess. Then like microwave to engines. A little bit of a problem with teleporter. But there's like a number of fights where if we don't have it, it's just gonna be a big difference. Yeah, I think I'll just do it. And I was just thinking about this too. By not repairing it first, I get extra repair training now for me to just like clone Bay away later, but you know, can pretend like they're gonna retain it and it'll be useful. Real like pro min-max strats, like let them break a system, take free hull damage to get repair training. Like you do with a bomb, you know. Then upgrade it. Alright, so now we can do this. So that's cool. That's something. Anyway, part investigate. And it's a dud. Right, so, probably not going to go to that store. There's a chance, you know, make a bunch of scrap. So I'm going to try to avoid it by going around instead of just like, you know, obviously getting forced to it that way. Aid civilian ship. Alright. 3 crew, but no way to heal. Missile and heavy laser. Like, because I just want to break this, obviously. And then I can deal with them like one by one. Yeah, I guess that was dumb. Actually, I realized that right after I did that. I was like, wait, because the Mantis is coming. I didn't need to do the lockdown behind, so I wasted that one. I just needed to do lockdown in the room without getting them in here. I mean, so that's okay, but I messed that one up a little bit. So, according to what I was talking about with Mike today, with like the first of all, the weapons, it's more about charge time than about remaining charge. So they're actually equivalent in the beginning. It's not, it doesn't matter that this is closer to firing than this. And I believe this is the first slot. And this is the second slot. Which is another thing I'm not positive about. Because if that's true, then if I pre-cloak and they'll do a damage, they'll take the missile offline. So I guess we can try it out and see what happens. And that's like if I get the slots mixed up, it doesn't matter because it just won't work because of that. But let's see what happens. A little experiment when it's like probably safe enough. No, they took that offline. So either this is first slot, or it's, you know, going based off something else there, or it's just one of the times it does something different because it does things different sometimes. Artemis. That we're just hoping to dodge now because we used our cloak. doing this to just like split them up. Obviously I have to like get a repair in on this now. So yeah, that was a bad idea what I did there, obviously, because it did not work out in my favor. Hey Thomas. Oh, quick break text is still out. Terrible. I'm so bad about that. I should just stop using it. It's like not that important. Quick break the enemy. Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, that one we're just getting hit by. That's fine. Obviously we're not using that anyway. Now we can cloak again at least for like another missile. I'm just trying to think about like what makes the most sense. Because I'm thinking right now, what I'm thinking is teleporting this guy over into weapons and then trying to run them in and use his lockdown to have it be just them versus the mantis, and then theirs come up and we can like just make sure the weapons break and then deal with them. What tile is the mantis on? I mean, it's on the second tile, I think. We gotta do this first because I don't know what's gonna happen with this. Nice dodge. Alright, so this should put him on the same tile as the mantis. Alright, so that worked out. So at least I did that right. So like how I made it work is I made sure that I wanted him to find the mantis since he has the most health. So I like made sure the teleporter would put him on that square by having the other guy go there, commanding him or whatever. And then since he has the cooldown up, you know, I had to just make sure they were both past the midpoint of the tile going in, but not so early that the rocks would be starting to come into the room also. So finally I'm like, a few times I'll like micro to fight right this run so far. At least this one interaction of it right there. And then let's see, will these come up in time now? That's part of it too. No. Because I screwed them up the first time, all my timings are a little off. So now we just kill these rocks because it's like this fight just needs to end. We're just gonna need 2 more damage right here. I mean, we're still like way in the green. Alright. Got a civilian ship, faster sheep. No dodge. That's fine. Okay. Guess I should start. Well, whatever. I'll just do the speed hack for the venting, so I don't need to do that early. So, didn't go great that fight. Definitely my fault, a number of the things I did there. Mostly the first lockdown. I keep forgetting about how I want to use those. It's like that time I didn't care about doing the through the door trick. I just needed to lock down the weapons room. So I had to like waste a second one. But, you know, live and learn. It's a very forgiving ship, thankfully. Oh, there's another store. I'll take. So it's like almost certainly won't go there, but like we can maybe go to this one. I want to take more than just like one distress though, because we don't even know what we'll get out of that, if anything. All right, pledge do what we can. We get some scrap. That's the one where you get firebomb as like the good blue option. But at least they give you scrap no matter what, just for taking it. It's like a bomb or something would be really useful, but I think we do this for the scrap because it's like now we can buy hacking or something if we need to. Yeah, we'll just go to the store now and figure out the rest of the jumps. Flak is a weapon that's like easier to run. That's something. Gets through shields more on its own. Builds with this nicely, so I'll probably buy that. Don't have hacking. Don't need any of these. Not buying drone control. I mean, battery would be nice. Don't need mind control right now. Rather the flak than the charge. Oh, it's nice that's cheaper. Yeah. I don't think I need to sell anything though. Check. Probably dive the exit since it's in a nebula. Alright, what is it? Oh, it connects to like there. Alright, so I should figure this out. So I can get like 6 jumps before that one. There's like not even that many jumps I can figure out in this zone. Maybe if I just like do something like that, it might be worth it. Or I can go through the exit and go down there. Yeah, I'm not selling anything. It's like I do want power, but those things are more important to me. Alright, this is pretty good. So, yeah, I'm not really sure of the optimal routing, and I'm not going to measure everything out right now. I'm just going to take that first jump and start figuring out after that. But this works out good because it's like, this is so much, you know, 1 less power, 1 more shot, so that lets us deal with some stuff. You know, it's not the target damage or whatever, but it's still solid. And now at 5 weapons power, we have like a solid weapon system. So once we get some more scrap and stuff going on, we can build up to that pretty quick. Alright, so we fight the ship, right? Clone Bay. Lasers. Yeah, they got stuff going on, but we got crystals. Oh, they only have 2 crew also, jeez. That's a little sad. Alright, so we'll just forward right into their weapons. And do the lockdown, it should be fine. And then we'll like deal with them in the clone bay and stuff. Yeah, I don't need to run the weapons here. So I'll just do level 2. Alright, so that's safe, so I need to go over there. It's just easier to deal with them. I think it's also because I ran through shields, maybe. Or maybe once there's damage on here, they care about it more. I don't know. Right, we just gotta break that system. So they care about defending shields the most, so you can always run someone in there. Right, 30 scrap. And what are you at? 111? That's fine. It's been so weird playing the ship with the clone bay. Crystals with the clone bay. I mean, I guess I'm used to that with Rock C, but I don't do boarding on Rock C. So let me just figure out the differences here between like diving and not diving. That's what it looks like. Because I get 3 jumps in before it if I don't dive. Should be like that, because that's not far enough. Yeah, so it's like, you can definitely get some like significant more value in. What if I go this way though? So the quest is overtaken by then, I'm pretty sure. Actually, that's really close. That might not be. So I do that. That equals 4, then 5, 6. Is that too far though? Yeah, no, I only get one of those, so I could only get like that one and jump back. So it doesn't really give me an extra beacon because this has nothing added, so I don't care about getting that in time. So I think I just go up and around this way. And I just get 2 extra beacons out of diving. But that's worthwhile, I think, because it's a pretty safe dive here. Alright, so here you get a chance at a fight. Alright, we didn't get a fight. That's fine. I'm gonna buy a power bar, right? Have I bought a power bar yet? I don't think so. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no, I haven't bought any power yet. Makes me kind of want to not do it now. Whatever, it's fine. Got weapons. We'll never surrender one of our crew to slavers. They've got weapons and cloaking and a med bay and 2 mantis. That's a ship. Only 1 shield though, so that's something. That's something to think about. Only 1 shield. Black will be decent against the weapons room there. So we're gonna cloak. I'm just trying to think about like the best way I can split this up, because I do not like their weapons. That's a gross combo. I gotta take those down like ASAP, and then I can deal with their crew. But so I'm thinking like it might be worth like staying on this ship, cloaking their first volley, and then running all 3 onto their weapons. Because it's like they're gonna delay, and they're gonna get a second volley. Oh no, because my cloak they probably won't, and then they'll cloak, so that'll buy me some more time. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Lido comes. Black. I'd rather split them up or just like cloak everything at once. 82%, 18. I kind of want to just take everything at once, honestly. Oh, did I not get it in time? Alright, well, I guess I'm splitting it then. Decisions made for me. Alright, so that just hits me. Those, one of them hits. Just need to dodge one of these, hopefully. No. Alright, well, we can still fire at least. Nice. So we're just gonna eat that damage, obviously. I mean, this feels risky, but obviously I feel like it's worth doing for some reason. Okay. It doesn't really matter. So basically the hope here is, whatever, I ate some damage. Hopefully that's the end of it though, because they're gonna cloak before they fire again. And so hopefully they hold their weapons through that. And I'll be able to kill him and then break the rest of their weapons in time before they like fire again. That's the hope, at least, the hope and plan. So here's some cloaking. That guy's dead. Firing during the cloak. That was the thing I was hoping they wouldn't do. Because that also makes it so their cloak will end faster. Right, well, at least they didn't hit shields, because this is not going as I hoped. Alright, so we dodged that. Alright, well, that's that now. Do I want to fix stuff and then come back and deal with them, because they're going to take ages to repair anything? Probably the safer play. Guess you can just start repairing piloting or something while we're here. So really though, I'm just going to go right back over before they fix anything now. Just fight them. So that's the easiest way to keep this safe right now. And this lockdown will be up in a moment. Alright, we made it through. Took like 6 damage, which is definitely more than we needed to take. But that's okay. Really, it's like a big thing at this point that would just like make things way easier as crew. It's definitely something I'd be like considering buying at this point. You know, it's like that was a slave ship too, and still no crew. Yeah, exactly, no extra crew yet. It just makes a lot of those things like a lot trickier. And it's like the 4-man teleporter. It's like having 4 crew that deal damage is like the big advantage of it. And it's like being like, well, should I board with 2? Like it's just a regular 2-man teleporter, or should I board with 3 and have no one here still? You know, and just a lot of risks one way or the other. And it's like, you know, if we have the other route is like 5 weapon power, is like then we can like disable them strongly first and then deal with it. Yeah, I'm not ready to upgrade Columba quite yet. Hey, Badger. Seems like, yeah, I mean, that one was definitely a board with 3 and break the weapons, but it's like not the smoothest board with 3. It'd be much nicer boarding with 4 and then having, you know, some crew left behind. Alright, so yeah, we'll just take these jumps. Intruders on board. Fight training, right? I gotta wait for all the crew to get there. Exciting. And then we can vent them all, and I mean, we could have just vented them anyways. I guess probably would have been better than fighting them and then just resetting all our health, but that was obviously the choice I made. They deserve to die in a hand-to-hand combat, clearly. Always so paranoid about using speed hack and cloning and stuff. It's like so easy to just ruin everything instantly. I bought the flak one after I had found the heavy laser for free. After I'd already bought Clone Bay, because I had either Zoltan or Abandoned for Sector 2. So I went Abandoned and got Clone Bay partway through the sector. And then I got a heavy laser 2 at the end of the sector, and I bought a flak 2 in the middle of this one. Or flak 1. Also have scanners that I bought. Yeah, so it was like kind of gross. Like it's gone alright. I've made a lot of mistakes, I feel like. That it could have been, a lot of things could have done better, a lot of fights could have been managed better. So considering that, I feel like we've been doing pretty well. Edge attack event again. I feel like I think this is the second time we've seen it this sector. Maybe we saw it sector 1 and I'm just remembering it from that. That's probably what it is. Flak, only 1 shield. Mantis, NG, human. No way to heal. Do we just like fight the Mantis and weapons and then break weapons? It takes like a while to do that kind of, but alternatively we like go fight someone and like shields, nuke their evasion, and then like disable their weapons this way. Let's try that. Let's mix it up a little bit. to fight the mantis. So this helps mess their evasion up some too, which is nice. Alright, so alright. So that all went fine. And then that'll pull the pilot also. That's the mantis did it, so their evasion should be down. And then I think actually I'm gonna lock down again. Ah, they have a buffer point, that's too bad. Off. I was thinking about waiting, I was trying to time it so that they would hit right before, but I wasn't actually like counting it very much at all. But so we're safe now. You know, at least until they do something, but they won't. Is your life fine? Probably. NGs suck. At fighting, that is. I mean, they're kind of awesome otherwise. Let me just go for it. Okay. And get that one and then the exit. So probably go up to at least like engines 3 or maybe cloaking 2. I don't know. I'll think about what I want to do for that dive. Weapons 5. But this is double rewards. Guaranteed, so that's awesome. Awesome. I think there's a way to time that, but it's tricky. Actually, I kind of know what it is now that I think about it, and I don't exactly messed it up. But that's okay. Miss. All right. Like to see the miss. Oh, jeez. Well, I guess I'm just fighting them one by one instead of like actually breaking a system or anything. I've been doing this all run. Obviously, I gotta practice my crystal micro like way more. Just like that, but it's also like at this point, we just gotta kill this guy and then it's over. So, let's see, do I drop shields? So with cloaking, I'll have 75% evasion because I can drop my shield bubble and I'll be able to cloak this in time. But then these, I'll have to dodge both of these versus like I'll definitely dodge, you know, shields will get rid of one of those at least. I was hoping, I meant to do a smaller pause because there's a little bit of window there. All right, well now that answered my question for me. So I was gonna do that and then drop my shields because I decided that was more worth it, but that's fine. Like we're probably gonna take 1 damage there either way. Right, that's a lot of scrap. That's good. Finally getting some good rewards here, scrap wise. You should. I guess it's okay if we're doing that. I think I'm probably just gonna run from this next ship, right? Maybe I should crew kill them. I kind of feel like running is safer because it's like crew killing them is gonna take too long, or I'm gonna have to do it with all my crew. Yeah, it's like. Because that's cheap. Do I even have enough? What do I have for power? Yeah, I guess I'm not boarding until I have enough power to do that. Like exactly enough. So I do have enough for that also. And that's just like a baller volley. Because what are your sector 3? I mean, they're not gonna have 4 shields in sector 3 at times, I don't think. Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's because this is the first run I've ever used speed hack for Clone Bay, even. Because and I know how long crystals take to vent is the main reason why. I almost never use speed hack outside of crew training, because it's always made me very nervous. Yeah, it's like they definitely have 3 shields. It's like, although this isn't like perfect against 3 shields if I get that up. But that's like really nice to have. That means I can fight like a lot of ships with weapons and like cripple them first. But it's like a little slow for sure. It's like I feel like I want the weapons. Yeah, old man. Actually, Thomas was referencing that. He just linked it like this morning, I believe, in the Discord. And well, there's another one also where he got a free Zoltan crew member, and he had a Lanius pilot, so it went into the piloting, and it just died within like a fraction of a second, from just like sitting in that room, which was pretty good too. And then his clone bay was off or whatever, I'm assuming. Man, this is one of those things where it's like I don't dive. For people who don't watch me often or are new to my stream, I dive very little. So it's always hard for me to know exactly what level of balance to go for. Oh, you killed your slug pilot, yeah. Yeah, speed hack is a dangerous thing. You gotta be so careful with speed hack. It's like the main reason I like this is just because it's cheap. But I like this because it's like this helps me so much for like the next sector and the rest of the, I don't know, this gives me a lot of stuff that I want. Flak heavy laser too is like a really strong combo. It's like everything, which is like, that's no good. So then I gotta do that, right? like it's tempting to do that instead, but I think this is better. I think I'll probably shoot them first. Yeah, it's like if I was running, I think that makes sense. If that was my plan, but I think I'm going to kill them. Because I think I can kill them effectively. Hopefully. Or if not, we'll be running and we'll have like a crappy defense for running, and we'll see how it goes, but... Alright. That's what it is at this point, so... Alright, yep, 3 shields. Clone Bay, but no teleporter. Yeah, no secret weapon, so this isn't so bad actually. I feel like we can deal with these weapons pretty effectively. The main reason I feel like to teleport over would be to lower their evasion. Which would be kind of an interesting reason. But I think I'm just gonna do this for the moment. Yeah, you're gonna charge up. Should have waited a frame longer and not known that I didn't need to waste that shot. That's alright. Alright, so we'll cloak these, I guess, then. It's like the dangerous. I'm like thinking about boarding them for the evasion. But the danger is like if they have high pilot, you know, whatever. If they just dodge anyways, they probably have like 4 crew at least. Like you probably won't mess with their evasion that much. And then I like whiff another volley, and then it's like another crew stuck over there. And so I think it's worth just like, you know, we might eat a little damage if this doesn't work out perfect, but that's okay. Shield's a little late there. It's 1 damage because I did my shields a tiny touch late. But now I want to shoot them more because yeah, I got fires in there possibly, or they're just like swapping their weapons around. I don't know. I can't think about it too hard. Alright, that's definitely significant. Let's do that. Make sure we keep it safe. There's no point in crew killing them because you get 1 fuel no matter what you do, so Nice, get crew kills. Alright, so 1 damage. Nice and easy. That's good. I'll take 1 damage for a fuel. And having weapons 5 is I'm pretty excited about that. Look at that whiff. Only 1 shot at 5 hit. That's why evasion hacks are so good. It's like, I guess I should be charging my engines this whole time more. I'm going to start whiffing everything. Jeez. I don't really care about the 1 fuel that much. Alright, so we're just going to cloak this one and then run, I think is the plan. I guess we can maybe fire 1 more volley off. You don't need to run until the volley's incoming. Alright, whatever. Let's just get in here. I'm done with you, silly ship. Select controlled. Alright, well, I can't get the oxygen blue option right away, so thank goodness crystals are good at not suffocating. Definitely have to make sure my oxygen is full. Because we can't run that fast from fights, and we can't necessarily end them fast. Possibly can. Where's this? Sector 4? Yeah, alright, so this is definitely a good select sector to find though. You can find coffin ships, which are just like such easy ships to deal with. Right. I just need a quick minute here, short break, 30 seconds or something, and then get back into it. I'm not going to even put that thing up because I'll just forget to take it off again. So slight control nebulas, I'm a fan of them generally, especially Sector 4 ones, because the aforementioned coffin ships. But they're generally pretty good scrap sectors. Stuff like mind control is going to start to pose a problem for us because we only have 3 crew and we don't have hacking still. Like this Crystal Bee run is definitely like behind where I like to be normally with this ship. I think we'll still be fine, but it's like this is kind of the awkward Crystal Bee run so far, but I think weapons make it a lot smoother for sure. All right, Thomas, thanks for coming by. Hope you have a fine day at work today. Hopefully it's not as hot as it is here. We've had like all these days that are 90s and high humidity now. All right, so here's the oxygen hack event I was talking about. So yeah, I'm just gonna kill them, like with my crew. So they only have 2 crew. One's in the engines room, one is in the main cabin here. So basically what I do is I force, I do all 3 into there, so that makes sure that they split right. Because I don't think I'm not sure how it works, like with crew positioning and stuff, if you tell them to go into the weapons room. I think sometimes maybe they go in there, sometimes they don't, I don't know. It's not something I know enough about to risk. And it's like this is a safe fight practically otherwise. Possibly always because of the timing of the weapons. Just realized that. I mean, it's a safe fight other than the fact that, you know, my crew will continually suffocate and have to be cloned repeatedly. Which is like a pretty, you know, significant caveat. Yeah, I'm not using these. Because if that hit, and then that was just crossing the line into a room, they could totally start one fire in that brief, tiny little window. Alright, crew dead, oxygen comes back online. Because that's the thing, with oxygen hack events, it's like either you have level 2 oxygen, or you're able to kill them before it matters, or you're able to run before it matters, or like you have to use hacking, or you're in trouble. I think those are the like 5 outcomes. Apparently. Alright. Oops. I closed it by accident, whatever. That's fine. I'll just reopen it next time. Alright, so it's like now that we've found it once, maybe I don't need to worry about finding it again. It's not really true, but... That's not actually true, WQZ8, because you can kill an auto ship with a fire beam. It's rare, but sometimes if they get double fires, they'll last long enough to do damage to a system before being extinguished. So theoretically, if that ran long enough, something could happen there. You know, it's just pretty unlikely. So right now I'm thinking about if I want to get that blue option or not. I want to get like power. There's a lot of things I want to get at this point. Feels like I don't really have the money to stretch for that blue option. Yeah, I want to get engine 3 at this point in case I need to run or something. Definitely mostly concerned about running when I buy the engines. Like evasion is a bonus, especially since I have cloaking, so I can get closer to 100. But it's really not the same. So I really think about like cloaking 2 would be a great option. So we definitely attack, even though their weapons suck and a bunch of shields. They don't have a clone bay though, or a med bay, and they're gonna board. So I can deal with them on my ship first. Where are you coming in? Got like rock or something? They are slow. Yeah, I should have been man and weapons that whole time, I guess. Rock and a slug. So I'm gonna vent this out because I take reduced suffocation damage and they don't. Nice. So those all hit, so hopefully these hit. Jeez, both those both burst laser shots hit so far. That's kind of crazy. Alright, good. Well, that works. That's their weapon system offline. So this is just me trying to kill them like as quickly as possible. And then we just all run over and board together. Guess let's do this one more time for fun. No. That's a bad surrender. Well, fire, yeah. Fun. Yeah, just the almost dead rock against the fire is all that's left. That's kind of funny. Alright, nice. So I didn't take damage from that fight. Been going a little better now that we have weapons. Sorry, I gotta relaunch the speed hack real quick. All right. You head to the room just as the charcoal mantis is prepared. It's true. That was probably delicious. If it was like Yajirobe or somebody, you'd gobble that up. All right, sorry to get some scrap, but it's like I'm gonna see a bunch of jumps really soon, and there's got to be 2 stores in the nebula. So I'm going to hold it because it's like I'd buy hacking or something, would smooth this out, buy a crew member. Alright, so this is just the coffin ship, just doing coffin ship things. Trying to hit me with a basic laser, heavy laser, pike beam combo. That's a fun one. Interesting choice. Whatever, I'm just going to do it this way. Let them punch some stuff, get their training maxed off again. Like this just times so poorly together because the pike beam is just slow. And it's like now I'll just deal damage to us, it doesn't matter. I guess that's their training already. Or whatever, you can go over and 1v1 the guy. Yeah, all these coffin ships prepare their crew. That's true. I'm already packed. So this is why Sector 4 slug sectors are so great. You run into a lot of coffin ships relative to the other ones. And it's especially great when you're on a ship that can't crew kill great. Like if you just have, you know, like running like Fed A, you like haven't upgraded the weapons, all that. You have like the burst laser and like a heavy laser or something. Because you can just break their oxygen, and as long as you can keep the fight safe enough by like damaging their weapons just a tiny bit, you can get crew kills and get the better rewards and like possibly catch up. And it sounds like kind of specific because it's not something you're going to run into constantly, but I've had a run where I think it was Fed A or one of the Kestrel ships or something, and I had 3 coffin ships, the first 3 jumps with that crew killed all of them and got like pretty solid rewards, and then like another one like 2 jumps later and like totally caught up in Sector 4 when I was like kind of a little behind. You know, of course that was like a very good RNG situation, but I've had similar ones otherwise for sure. And it's like I like slug sectors all the way through, but I definitely much prefer a Sector 4 one over like Sector 7. Sector 7, it starts getting hard to crew kill a lot of that time just because they'll have like 7 crew. Things that are like frustrating to deal with. I'm just gonna try and get an idea of how many jumps I have left this sector. I'm doing Nebula. Got at least 10, not 11. Just hard to pass up the fights. They've been going so well. Should I spend a little scrap maybe? Just buy like another power bar. If I'm getting a fight, I think it's okay. I don't really have anything to sell still either. I've not been getting items or crew or anything. Just like scrap, but I still feel like I haven't gotten like a ton of it. Mind control, a glaive beam, Zolan shield. I mean, I'm still gonna take this fight, I think, because it's like, and there's problems about it, but it's not the worst. Like, am I underestimating this fight? Possibly. Guess I'm definitely like relying on my weapons, like getting the resultant shield down. The first volley. I don't know, I mean, I'm gonna take the fight. These cheating Zolan shield tips. I mean, maybe they have a slug, but you know, it's like they don't have vision. Unless they have a slug, I guess. Alright, so I want you there. It's level 1, that's good. So it's like, it's even worth venting this out? I don't think so. You can just go up there and stop him from doing system damage. I definitely need to be charging my weapons like immediately though, that was a mistake. Alright, well those all hit, so that's really good. So if one of these heavy lasers hit, hopefully that was enough fighting to do that. So that's his on shield. Do I do all 3 then? Cloak. Just like now. I'm almost positive they have 2 crew. These ships usually just have 2 crew at this point. Mind control just ended. It's not one of those plays that feels like kind of risky and I might be messing it up. First in. Hey, look at that. This is why Glaive Beam sucks. It's so slow. Such a slow weapon. Terribly, terribly slow. But it was pretty close to firing. So I'm glad I got like as much weapons charge time as I did, because if I didn't get any, then that wouldn't work. Hey, look at this. We finally got a crew member, a human. I'm just like happy to find someone. That's awesome. Welcome aboard, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you're probably just going to be my pilot, because my actual pilot is like only half trained at this point anyways. Cool. That makes you really happy. I'm so glad to finally found a crew member. No, I'm not going to vent the human, not yet. And you know, I like to keep like 1 human around. I like the diversity of the crew. You know, we can do it. Alright. Speed hack. Thank goodness for speed hack when suffocating crystals. Yeah, they learn skills fast, right? Yeah. Ever since people just hate on them because pre-advanced edition they were just boring and uninteresting, and now that it's like they got skills, they do stuff. Is anyone bothered being no? All the training is since evaporated, so you can be the engines person for now. You know, if you're starting sensors, it like doesn't even matter because I'm just jumping in all nebulas. Guess it's like kind of true. You can just have like faster boarding at this point. Watch too much Billy Kirby to like humans. Yeah, does he vent humans? Just without regard. Alright, so we just do this and we just break their weapons. It's like, I want to say that we pre-cloak their weapons, but I'm not positive. This is why I want cloaking too. It's like, if we had cloaking too, I'd be like, oh, absolutely, just pre-cloak their weapons. But I'm not positive. Actually, well, this is the, yeah, no, definitely pre-cloak or whatever. It doesn't matter because this is a breach because it's slug shit. So we know it's not a Hermes. If it was a Hermes, it's a lot harder because Hermes is like 15 seconds and breach is 22 or something ridiculous. So this is stupid slow. And this is 2 power, so we just need to get 3 damage in. And we have enough lockdown to do it. And it hasn't even been 10 seconds yet. So yeah, we definitely can just pre-cloak here. There. It's like, now prove me right, please. Don't make me look like a fool. Just shoot him a little bit. I think I got some fire started on their ship. Oh, that's not so bad, actually. Is it just this 3 crew on the ship? I think that slug's dead. Alright, 41 scrap, that's awesome. That's a great reward. "14 seconds. Man, see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm very prejudiced against Hermes. As you recently pointed out, that's why you're on top of me, aren't you? From that run when I shouldn't have sold that Hermes. And it didn't end up mattering, really, but it totally could have. Alright. See if there's a store. There is a store. So we're going to go to a store, I think. Just go right there. So then one of these 4 is also a store. And there's a roughly 50% chance, exactly 50% chance, I don't know, that one of these is a store as well. Okay. Oh, Mantis, that's interesting. Battery, could use battery, could use burst laser. No hacking. Probably buy a battery, make it more likely we find hacking. Okay, I don't see a store. If I didn't find the human, I would absolutely buy a crew member right now. Having found the human, I'm not positive. So I don't, it's like, honestly, it's just having the one crew member already. I'm just like, well, I don't really need more crew. Then I'm also considering just buying the battery to make sure I have enough to find hacking. But I probably will anyways. I'm going to take those 2 fights. Let me figure out. I've got, what, 7 jumps before the exit? That's all of them if I can take that one. Which I might not. A50 Rico. It's going pretty well. I mean, as far as Crystal B runs go, it's like a little rough, honestly. It took a while to get going, but we've been making it work. We had to do like an abandoned sector and stuff, and just finally got our 4th crew member recently. But we switched to a clone bay and made it work, and we got some weapons going on now, so it's pretty solid. Just trying to figure out what I want to do at this store. Yeah, I mean, I think I buy the battery because it's like I don't want to buy power, and I need power. I don't think I buy this, the Mantis. Do I buy this for the future? I don't really need this. It's like, this is so good, and I'm not going to go up to 7 weapon power for like quite a while. So I think that's just like the gunship in me talking. But then I'm like, well, if I'm not going to buy that, maybe I should buy a crew member and just like burn them down quick. But I think the real answer is I just like repair up some. Make sure I have enough for hacking at the next store. Battery now. So my power is like way better all of a sudden. Do that. But I feel like I can hold off on that too. I think I just kind of accept that. It's like, okay, just getting those few things like the weapon power and the crew member and the battery, it's like, I'm pretty stabilized now. Sell the heavy laser. Terrible. Why would I sell the heavy laser? I'm so happy to have that. It's so good having weapons. And then it's like, then I'd run to another Zoltan shield or something. No. I don't want to do that at all. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely tempted to buy the crew member, but I think we're fine. Happy with my fuel, happy with my repairs. Like, I think there's definitely, I don't think selling the heavy laser too is like a very valid play there. Shields, oxygen, or weapons. I mean, I could probably do weapons and just like kill them that way. But I'm gonna do oxygen. Look, another glaive beam. Yeah, let's get the humans. We'll just do it even faster this time. Why not? All these coffin ships. Hey Ray, how you doing? Yeah, dreams come true. I mean, I don't know if this has been my dream. I'm kind of happy about it for sure. All right. So this is looking pretty solid here. Really just got to get hacking and like another crew member. I'll be really happy about it. Another coffin ship. This is like what, the 4th, 5th coffin ship we've seen? At least the 4th, right? They got a halberd. That's something more substantial, but it does not time well with their weapons again. Maybe we'll just do the same thing. Right? Whatever, I don't care if you steal some fight training. Totally pointless doing this. these don't time well anyway, so it doesn't matter, but I'm just cloaking for fun. Look, I'm so glad I didn't buy another crew member, because obviously I didn't need to. Alright, so now I have a new pilot, and the fight training the human was not wasted, because they are a new fighter. So that worked out really well. Slug sectors, you're the best. Sector 4 slug, just like saving the day. Sector 3 civilian was like kind of lame. Sector 4 slug has just been like completely baller. I don't know why people are always hating on slugs. I feel like they get a lot of hate. Or people just like, I think some of it people don't realize how different slug sectors and Uncharted Nebula sectors are. I know, I got Clone Bay, right? It's surprising, right? But it's because I had forced Sector 2 was either Zoltan or abandoned. And I couldn't find weapons. And so like halfway through the abandoned sector when I still couldn't find a weapon, I swapped to the Clone Bay. And it's worked out pretty well. I was definitely like nervous about it and I made some mistakes with it. But I'm happy I made the swap because it's definitely, I think, the right choice with how the run's gone. Alright, so there's the other store. I don't really have a whole lot of choice in the order I do these. Unless I want to like miss a jump. Right, do I get that one? I'm not actually sure if I get... No, I don't get that jump, do I? No matter what, I'm missing something. But yeah, no, it's not something I would normally do, although I get like why people do the clone-based swaps on ships. It's like usually I think it's kind of... Like I think it's unnecessary as like an optimization unless you're thinking in terms of like covering for mistakes. But I do think it's like a pretty valid option, obviously, for dealing with abandoned and Zoltan and stuff. Are you gonna come over too fast for me? Probably. Yeah. Oh, you're going right into piloting too? Come on. What are you doing that for? Alright, got the missile down. You're just gonna die, I'm sorry. Okay, you come back. And that's that. Alright, now we got a rock. Man, they're just throwing crew at us now. Alright, now we just need like an NG. And whatever. Zoltan, Lanius. You double up on somebody. I don't care. Mantis, I guess, actually is what I want. NG and a Mantis. Alright, so we got a store. So I'm not going to vent you two. So yeah, we'll just go right there. Finally though, it's like we're getting rewards besides just like the medium scrap options. Still no hacking. Could have bought it, what, Sector 1 if I delayed shields. I had that option to buy hacking then. But I think that's okay at this point still. I'm not at the point of like buying mind control or drone control instead. We're not desperate or anything. We got a number of sectors left. I think they're all red though, maybe like one purple. So I do want to keep that option open. Guess there's a chance one of these is a store too. Let me remeasure this and think about that. Because like I could theoretically get 3 nebula jumps, but they don't line up the right way. But I don't think I can get 2 regular jumps in a nebula. But I could get 2 of those in that. I mean, I could also dive if that's a store. We'll see. Drone control. Weapons. Yeah, hacking is just best. Yeah, it's like, and you know, if we're desperate for more offense or whatever, then maybe I'd do something else. But we can kill this drone. We can do it. Their weapons suck, right? They have a secret bomb or something? What am I missing here? Because I feel like their weapons suck. Oh, there you go. That's what I'm missing. 2 drones. I was like, I gotta be missing something. So now it's like, okay, do I board and make the fight safe that way? Probably. Make it safe first and then worry about having to shoot evasion or whatever if I miss a bunch. It's really the drones are the wild card always. Because this is nothing without the drones. So I'm going to try to not have to micro here. But if he starts firing too fast, I'll have to do something. Oh, you're not being used efficiently whatsoever. Go somewhere. Whatever, I guess shields is actually kind of useful right now, so you should go shields. You're closer. Hopefully they take the combat drone offline first. Perfect. That's exactly what you needed to do. Alright, so everything's fine now. Fight safe. Wow, what garbage evasion for an auto ship. Every single shot hit. Can't complain about that. You guys were just getting cloned at this point. Investigate the station. Hey, combat drone. Something to sell. Alright, so that's not a store, but that might be, so we'll see. A crew by early sector 2. Oh, man. What ship are you on? That happens sometimes. It's just like, I've had to like dismiss crew, I feel like, definitely by sector 3 I've had to dismiss crew before. But I feel like possibly by sector 2 like once. And it's like not a good feeling. You're like, this is so unnecessary. I'm getting like less scrap to like dismiss crew or have like 7 humans in a row. Mantis C, yeah. I mean, of a ship to get extra crew on, it's not the worst, for sure. 3 crew total on NGB, yeah. I mean, it's like that happens, though. It's like other runs you get no crew, but you get a million weapons. Alright, I'll take one more jump. And then I'll see. Dread Captain, Pirate Captain Knights. I have the Slug Blue option. So this is a 50% chance of bypassing the fight, which I'll take. They have a fast missile and doors and cloaking. Medbay. Ah, too bad. My slug man failed me. I think it actually makes the fight worse then. I think you have to deal with borders that you wouldn't have had to otherwise. Slug, you failed me. How dare you? Alright. Oops. That would help. Not gonna get that down now, are they, because of that? Oh my goodness, they are. Well, alright, change of plans. Never mind. You gotta fight this different now. That was a really dumb mistake. Not really any other way to put that. Because what I was going to do is just going to lock down, use one of them in here, and then teleport over. And start messing with them over there. It's like I can probably cloak most of the first volley. So it makes me want to have someone on engines then. And it's like I gotta repair the shields. So basically I just want to hold them on there until I get the guy on doors. So I'm cloak here. Some missiles in the air. This is firing. Alright. That's okay, and that's Artemis. That's good to know. 5 weapon power makes sense. Oh, I did that too early. Oh, I got one of them. Only Stealth C left of the battleships. Nice. How many wins is that now? What are you up to? I've been playing. You play so much more than I do, like, understandably. Because you play like as much as I used to when I was first starting to do streaks. I play so little now. Partly because it's like I've slowed down. Definitely because I stream. Like, there's a ton of time during the day where I'd play for like little bits. If I wasn't streaming, recording and stuff. But it's been a worthwhile trade because it's made me like way more interested in doing it again. Alright, well, we didn't get the missile, but that's damage. So it's just the missile that can hurt us now. Well, actually, whatever. No, because I'm going to... No, it's an Artemis. I can't clone them mid-battle like this. That's way too dangerous. So yeah, I want to do this. I'm going to open up all the doors so I don't have to turn the oxygen on. And we're going to run into here. Oh, and I messed it up. I thought you were past the midpoint. Oh my goodness. Alright, so then you just gotta go fight him because there's no point doing anything else there. So there's a chance he's gonna die depending on what happens with this clone bay here. You're gonna try and snipe your own crew? No, you're going for my weapons. That's too bad. So I want to fix that though. That's for sure. Now, hacking would make all these fights like so trivial. But you know, that's the thing. That's hacking's thing. It's like I probably should have the flak. I mean, the flak's not going to do damage on its own. It's not going to happen. Oh, this is open? Is that what's going on here? I'm like venting my entire ship. How are you gonna make it out? Yeah. You might not have to clone mid-fight unless you get hit by this Artemis. So I gotta like keep it between rooms so you can dodge it, right? Or do I drop my shield so I can cloak it? It's timed so close. Guess I'd rather drop my shield and cloak it. So the reason I have to drop my shields is because the missile does, you know, any projectile does an evasion check at your shields. Unless you don't have shields up, then it does an evasion check when it gets to the center of the room where it would hit it. So this buys me like a couple of moments to have cloaking come back online. And then be able to cloak the weapon. So 85, that's pretty solid. Oh yeah. So they tried to kill him. They tried to make it happen. He got out just in time. I managed to cloak the missile. But there's ways that could have gone bad. You know, 15% chance of getting hit. It's not that small. 3 health is not that much. Definite ways that it was bad. Whatever, I guess go on shields for a moment. I'm not totally sure what my plan is at this point. I still have a bunch of crew that are like well on health. Wonder if I should just have them board and start like killing slugs and dropping their evasion and stuff. And you're one of them, which is an ideal. You're one. I mean, so that's like 2, I guess, that are if I don't have you go. It's like I'd really rather be able to kill their weapons or something. You don't know when they cloaked last, and because the repair, like there's a chance this is going to get wasted, right? Oh, it's coming right to weapons again, jeez. My shields are down, so that might be a miss, but there's a chance I'll end up running from this fight. Although I get a weapon from it. Oh, there's a store too. Alright, I can make this happen, right? Oh, that's right, he surrenders and we get a weapon. So we didn't need to kill him. I've been thinking about this fight all wrong. I've been forgetting what event this is. So because it's Captain Knights, he gives a surrender for a weapon. So I don't need to worry about crew killing him or anything. I should just be worried about doing damage to him. Oh hey, Missy Earl Grey. I'm glad you've at least been catching up on the videos and that you love the streaming. If you haven't caught it, I just recently got all my videos up on YouTube now also. So if there's ever ones that you miss or want to go back and look at, since they fall off Twitch after like 2 weeks or whatever. It's all caught up on YouTube now, so that's pretty cool. And if you notice there's stuff that needs to be like trimmed more or whatever, just send me a message, because I trimmed most of it, I think, at this point, but there might still be some like dead space that's obnoxious. Alright, so now that I'm thinking about just killing this ship, things are a little bit different. And the fact that I have a store right there, because I'll take that store and dive the exit. I think that's worth it. They might have hacking, we have cloaking, we can buy more engines, a bunch of scrap. So that means we can risk a little more damage, since we know we can repair next jump also. Alright, so I got that hit, but I had fired the flak already, so that's something. Yeah, I knew, I called that it was going to time bad, and I just did it anyways. I mean, it's like whatever, because they shot it, so just how it is, but I mean, whatever. That's like 4 or 5 missiles so far. It's like half of them. Cloaking's obviously not going to be up for this one. Okay. Obviously we're not cloaking this one either, since our cloaking is very destroyed. Alright, hey, we dodged it. That's awesome. That's so good. I'm so happy about that. Thank you, RNG. Because it's going for weapons again. Classic. Classic hard mode targeting. Alright, so I think we can cloak the next one, and I'm not going to risk the volley missing because I'm cloaking again. So I'm just going to wait this one around. Battery's coming up. Alright. I don't know if that was going to fire too. Oh no, they're holding because of the cloak. Alright, that doesn't. I'm still going to cloak the missile, obviously. Hey, and we dodged that too. Great. Great job. How much less scrap to spend on repairs. Alright, now we're going to shoot them. Look at that. That's like some real damage. Oh, I got fires in their weapons and everything. Finally. Alright, cool. So, yeah, burned down. Oh, so good. This is too slow. No. Alright, thank you. I will accept your surrender. Burst Laser Mark 1 is a great weapon to get for free. Probably hold on to it. Yeah, 7:30 a.m. in Germany. Yeah, I'm not up at that time anyways either. Alright, hope you get a good rest in. Thank you for coming by, and have a good day. Yeah, this is a late game weapon setup for sure. Now we just need like another heavy laser. Alright, let's do this. But yeah, obviously I'm not up at 7:30 a.m. in the morning because it's 1:43 in the morning my time, so 7:30 a.m. would be a bad time for me as well. We all have our schedules. Alright, I was doing the speed hack for this. I was like, why is this taking so long? Alright, so yeah, I'm going to go to that store and buy hacking because they're going to have it. And then do some upgrades and stuff. What? What is this? What is this store? Oh my god, this store is so bad for me. So, I think I just do the greedy play, right? I sell the burst laser 1, buy the burst laser 2, we buy the heavy laser, we buy the reloader, buy like engines 4 and cloaking 2, and then just spend everything on weapon power for the rest of the game. Other than hacking still. Now, you're so against the Heavy 2, WQQZ. The Heavy 2 is such a great weapon. I love the Heavy 2. Crystal B, I can do whatever I want. It's true. I can do whatever I want. I am Crystal B. I got a lot of scrap. I mean, that's the most important thing for me to buy. I feel okay now. That's the most important weapon to buy. Uh-oh, I have too much weapon power now. I need to sell something. Because I can't run 9 weapon power. I guess I have to sell the burst laser 1 then. Well, now, I got an extra weapon power. There we go. Look at that. Now we just need like 1,000 scrap. Alright, so that's like so clearly a dive, obviously. I want that then. Like without hacking and the weapon power and stuff, it's probably best to although man, I guess we can do this volley with 5 power now. That's nuts. With a reloader, we have no weapons training now, right? No one's even close. Like does anyone have even one shot of weapons training? You were firing a weapon before, right? Now we reset you. Because that's a lot of fast damage. There's a chance we can kill him. It's hard because it's like we don't have the power to like run everything that way. Yeah, I just bought a weapon training. No, I know, but that's the whole thing with the reloader. It's so much more value when you stack it with the weapons training. So I'll probably just repair. Like I could buy cloak 2. And no one has engines training either, right? My training is just abysmal. Got some fight training. Should probably power my oxygen. So I guess I can see with the ship that I come up on, like what feels best to how to deal with it. I'm gonna do that. Alright, so definitely some greedy plays, but I think I'll work out okay. Dare you to buy a power bar? Yeah, I know, right? How dare I buy a power bar? Who do I think I am? I don't deserve power. Oh, I did it just before. Yeah. Dare me. Yeah, there you go. I knew it. I knew it. That's funny. I'm just trying to think about it. This rock is so slow and annoying. Do you become my engines person, maybe? So I'm not going to want to board with you. You're too slow. Am I going to want to board them? Is there that chance? Probably. We'll see. Alright, they're going to board me. They have a med bay. weapons that damage. Like, I'd probably just try to crew kill them quick, right? While running at the same time. Board right into here, please. That's not bad, actually. Now, do I cloak all this mess? Well, that's not fine, too. It's mostly the small bomb, I guess, I'm worried about. Otherwise... I'm going to end this fight pretty quick once I hop over there. Yeah, just hope for the best on that one. And where are you going? So that's going to doors, and then you're trying to shoot cloaking. So do I just... It feels so bad using cloaking to dodge one shot instead of having cloaking get hit by it. You just come with us, I guess. Oh, you dodged it. Pro. So pro. Good job, Burko and Yevansy. That's really pro. Proud of you. So that's fine. We don't care about doors. So now we do this, and we just kill the crew real quick. Was I late on that? Man. Hey, ASB. Because it's like, the timing's kind of, with cloaking one is a tiny bit tricky because from the warning, what is it? It'll fire between 5 and 10 seconds later. So if you cloak immediately and it doesn't fire right at 5 seconds, then you don't dodge it. So you want to fire as close to 5 seconds as possible, but not after. Yeah, then that's going to fire like immediately, right? There we go. I mean, it's fine. It's just an empty room. The fight's over. Alright, good dodges. But just a little annoying. You know, mostly annoying because it's like, well, that's a mistake. That's entirely my fault. I can't blame anything other than just messing up. Alright, so just try and do some repairs. We'll jump. Moment. Alright, just jump out of here. Mantis controlled, alright. 1 to 2 stores, not always great scrap. Mantis are going to be a pain to deal with, like hand to hand, but their ships kind of suck, so we can build into weapons. Definitely good that there's not a store like immediately because I need scrap before I go there. Just spend so much scrap. See. Yeah, so I meant to give warning and I failed to, but this is going to be where I'm calling it for the night. For the nice halfway, I was thinking about doing 5 sectors or possibly even like a whole run, but this run's taking so long because it didn't start off with a snowball. So I had to do a bunch of micro and stuff. Let me just vent off this crew that I'm going to vent anyways. So I'll have to do that next time. But yeah, so thanks everyone for coming by. I know I got some new people coming by now. Thanks everyone who watched the videos and whatnot. I know I've got more people like on the regular with that. And you know, as much as the community as anyone else for sure. And you know, I appreciate all the support. So yeah, this will be probably just tomorrow night. Finish it up. I think it'll go a lot quicker. You know, I'm probably just build into the weapons. It's like I've got an insane weapon system. I got a reloader, scanners. You know, we just need hacking for it. But yeah, so check me out tomorrow night, probably around the same time, between 10 and 11 Eastern time, US. Probably a little on the later side again. And let's see who we got to raid. What ships are left? So after Crystal B, I just have Fed A and Fed B. So weaker ships, but not like bad ships. So that'll be tomorrow. We finish up the Crystal B, and then, you know, who knows when the next ones will be, within a week. Yeah, I mean, they've grown on me a little bit. I'd rather do Fed A and Fed B than Fed C. You know, that's something. Alright, who's playing some FTL?